Hey, how's it going everyone? Today I'm going to help you plan your Amazon year. Now I know I'm making this video in April and we are a few months in, but it's never too late to draw up a plan. One of the most important things you can do as an Amazon seller, doesn't matter if you're part-time, full-time, is be organized, because any disorganization can actually be costly. And part of selling on Amazon is leaping from opportunity to opportunity. And sellability can help you massively with that, but obviously it only works to some extent if you haven't got anything planned around certain quarters, seasons, special occasions. Part of selling is looking for where there's demand, and when certain things happen throughout the year, there is demand for a certain range of products. So I'm here to help clarify this and give you a bit of a plan for the year. So we're looking at Q1 right now, January through to March, so we've just come out of it. One of the key dates is New Year's Day. This is a huge sales opportunity in most retailers, both online and in store, plenty of which occur until the end of January. So this is a great point to get in on reductions and grab a load of sale items. And quite a bit of what there is on the New Year's sales is stuff that would have done well or well enough during the Q4 period, and a bunch of that stuff will probably work out just as well the following Q4. So get it at its cheapest. If you've got facilities to store it, then store it. Otherwise, just bear in mind a bit more of a storage fee if you are going to have it stored with Amazon for so long. Blue Monday. Now this isn't one that I'd really heard of at all until I was looking a lot deeper into various dates and things. But Blue Monday is the third Monday of January, and if you can assess what people's main New Year's resolutions were, then you can perhaps focus some efforts on sourcing stuff that they'd be interested in. So I'm talking about exercise stuff, because lots of people make the resolution to exercise, and even though a lot of people give up their resolutions after the first month or the first 2 months, a lot of people get really into it even if they just give it up. So it's a great opportunity to get in on some of the stuff that will help them. Maybe they're going to learn how to cook better meals, or more than just popping a pizza in the oven, for example. So they want to get some kitchen equipment, cookbooks. Maybe they want to learn a new hobby like a musical instrument, or learn how to crochet, or whatever it is. You can find stuff that basically help those hobbies. Valentine's Day. So this is a great time to get in on chocolates, candles, perfumes, for him, for her stuff, small jewelry items, soft toys. Some people go big on Valentine's Day, some people keep it small, but there's a bunch of gifts that do float around on that day. So those are some of the best things to go with, whereby you stand the most chance of making sales for that event. And in general, there's winter sales and clearances, not specifically tied to New Year's, just in general throughout the entirety of January. Sometimes it goes as far as the middle of February, or maybe the entirety of February as well. Lots of winter sales and clearance, so big heavy coats, for example, things like that, thermal stuff, anything that you can think of that's related to winter, because obviously we'll be heading into spring at this point. They'll be clearing that stuff out to make way for the more spring relevant stuff. And Super Bowl in the US tends to be around the end of January, end of February time, somewhere in that window. So snacks and beverages, team merchandise, party supplies, and if you can, it might be worth looking at TVs. That's a bit more of a bigger investment initially. TVs aren't the cheapest, and of course they are big as well, so there's oversized charges that you may need to consider, and obviously it just depends at what point you're at. You can potentially flip TVs, completely depends on where you're at in your journey. So that's on the higher end of it, but the more doable things are obviously everything that I've listed prior. Right, let's move on. Easter prep, so late March, April, depending on the year, that's when you can get ready for Easter. You don't need to go too ahead in advance to prep for things like Easter. It's only really Q4 where you go quite a ways in advance to prep for that event. So Easter, once again, March/April time. So we have Easter themed chocolates, candies, baskets, soft toys, small gifts. Mother's Day, second Sunday in May, UK in March. Think of for her types of things: perfumes, clothing, shoes, jewelry, self-pampering stuff, everything a woman likes. Graduation season, typically there isn't really like a graduation gift as such, but you might see a smallish spike in like smaller gifts. So it could be I don't know, it could be like a little graduation person as a Funko Pop, or like a Lego figure or something like that, just as something to commemorate it, or a frame for the certificate. Things like that, just in general, small, generalized gifts. I know that's not really specific, but it is what it is. Father's Day, which is in June, think of for him types of things, so men's perfume, self-pampering stuff, tools, games, sports bits. I mean, let's face it, Lynx deodorants, that's going to be the one, isn't it? But yeah, anything that you think people will be getting for their dads on Father's Day. Also, think about early summer vacations. So when it comes to nice holidays, like going abroad and things like that, they aren't limited to summertime. Yes, more people will be off in the summer because kids have got breaks and holidays, and colleges break up and universities break up. So there is a gap there, and obviously people have more free time, so they're going away. However, vacations aren't just limited to just the summer. You'll see a rise there, but people have just as many vacations in the autumn and winter to escape the not so good weather. So yes, that thing is relevant throughout the entirety of the year, but in summer is when you can expect to see a spike. So it's worth thinking about. Now Q3, July through to September. So we have Amazon Prime Day, which is usually in July, so expect to see a small surge in some of your items, and this could be a great time for Amazon to Amazon flips because things are going to be reduced. So it's worth seeing and checking the sales charts. Like for an Amazon to Amazon flip, you are relying on those sales charts. So you need to see if it's been a lower price before, how long has it been that lower price for, has it moved up in price significantly enough for it to be worth your time and worth flipping for more money. That's something that only a sales chart can really reveal. So it'll have lots of items will have their sale period. Yes, Amazon will be looking to get rid of their stuff, some of their stuff anyway, but then some of the things will go back up in price, maybe due to demand that was generated during that sale period. I don't know, it's just worth keeping an eye out for. Summer holidays, so fans, towels, holiday stuff such as sun cream, sunglasses, backpacks and cases, swimwear. Back to school season. So obviously kids break up for school and they have the holidays, but then when it's time to go back to school, I mean, these sales run throughout the entirety of the summer holidays. So you've got school stationery equipment, black school shoes, if there is a uniform, basic uniform stuff. Again, if there is a uniform such as like polo shirts and things like that, that can be the one. And particularly if you're able to bundle up some of this stuff as well, that could work out really, really well. Because if you have a solution for polo shirts, instead of them buying one at a time, or like buying one and then just multiplying the quantity in the shopping basket, maybe you just sell a bundle of like 5 polo shirts or something like that. So worth considering. This is when you can also get in on early Halloween prep in late September. That one, I would say you might want to gear up for a little bit earlier, earlier than you would do for Easter, because Halloween does seem to be quite the thing, because it's not limited to an in-house sort of thing. People go to clubs, parties, people can go all out with their Halloween decorations. So it is a bigger holiday in my opinion, just from observation. Q4, October through to December, so this is your most important quarter. We've got Halloween, October the 31st, so costumes, decorations, candies. You might also want to think about maybe sound systems and things like that. If people are having Halloween parties, then things like that might work. Black Friday is late November, so it's now just a general sale period rather than being based on anything specific. So you can expect to see a sales surge, and this is an opportunity to get in on Amazon to Amazon flips and also cheaper stock elsewhere. Cyber Monday, it used to be like quite the tech thing, but it just seems to be, again, very generalized now. So there's loads of things that end up on sale on that day as well. In fact, the weekend, that weekend, it's all a sale period. Christmas, so obviously that goes without saying, everything has the capability of being great for Christmas. However, even though the date is listed as December the 25th, your Christmas sales will be happening anytime earlier, like earlier in the Q4 period. Like, I've seen and know of people that have gotten Christmas stuff like ready in summertime. Like, people can think about it so far in advance, but where you're going to see most of your sales will be from maybe mid-September all the way through to last minute. So anything you can get that's going to surge at Christmas is going to be a good idea. Some things that people might not think of very much, because when you think of reselling stuff for Christmas, you're probably thinking of, oh, what is the hottest toy? What are people going to be getting for each other at Christmas? But we end up forgetting some of the obvious things. So obviously it's Christmas decorations, chocolate tubs. Like, most homes end up with some form of tub of candy or chocolate or whatever there for family to enjoy or friends to enjoy, whatever they're doing with their Christmas. Like, these tubs are everywhere. So, selling some of those might be a good idea. And also, if you can do gift bundles. So, for example, it could be that there's a specific deodorant that goes really well with a specific shampoo or body wash of the same brand, and you might want to bundle that together. That makes a great gift idea. Loads of people get something like that. So if you can offer some kind of like bundled gift type thing, then that can be a great idea. I mean, for the chocolate tubs, it might be a bundle of a few different chocolate tubs. Obviously, in the US, if you're watching this from the US, this might be a bit harder to do because Amazon have really cracked down on bundles that you can do specifically with grocery and like health and beauty and things like that. So this might be a bit tougher for you, and unless the brand has done the bundle, then you can't do that bundle, unless, of course, there's been some kind of like written permission or something like that. But yeah, again, this might be a bit more difficult if you are in the US, but if you are able to, then perhaps bundling some of these bits together can be a really good idea for Christmas. And then we have Boxing Day to year-end sales. I mean, this links very nicely back into what we had at the very start, the New Year's sales. Basically, from the minute that it hits Christmas Day, things go on sale, like big time, and that lasts for quite a while. So that's a great time to get in on buying stock, maybe for the following Q4, or maybe things that will set you up for some of the dates and events that I've mentioned in this presentation, to make sure that you're not missing out on those opportunities. So there's a bit about planning your year. Feel free to note these down or screenshot these bits or whatever to help you with your own planning. And yeah, it's about hopping from opportunity to opportunity. Those are some item ideas as well for some of these dates. If you can get in on the right stuff for these dates, you'll have a great time, and your chances of making sales would be just that bit higher because what you've got is relevant to that event. So hopefully this has helped. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you very soon.